What happens when a kind-hearted waitress is fired for helping a stranger, only to discover that the stranger was the undercover boss of the company? What happens when her act of kindness, which cost her job, leads to a life-changing twist she never saw coming? This is the story of a young man named Adrian, a waitress named Clara, and a day that changed everything. Adrian was a hardworking young man in his late 20s. He had always believed in doing the right thing, no matter the cost. He worked as a waitress at a busy diner called Sunny Spot, a place known for its warm atmosphere and friendly staff. Adrian wasn't just a waitress. He was the heart of the diner. He knew every customer by name, remembered their favorite orders, and always had a smile on his face. But behind that smile was a story of struggle. Adrian had been working tirelessly to support his younger sister, Lily, who was battling a serious illness. Every tip, every extra shift, every penny he earned went toward her medical bills. Life wasn't easy, but Adrian never complained. He believed that as long as he kept working hard, things would eventually get better. One rainy afternoon, the diner was unusually quiet. Adrian was wiping down the counters when the bell above the door jingled. A man walked in, dressed in a simple jacket and jeans. He looked tired, like he had been walking for hours. Adrian greeted him with his usual warmth. "Welcome to Sunny Spot. What can I get for you today?" The man hesitated for a moment, then said, "Just a cup of coffee, please." Adrian nodded and quickly brought him a steaming cup. As he set it down, he noticed the man's hands were trembling. "Are you okay, sir?" Adrian asked, his voice filled with concern. The man looked up, surprised by the kindness in Adrian's eyes. "I'm fine," he said softly. "Just had a long day." Adrian didn't push further, but he kept an eye on the man as he sipped his coffee. A few minutes later, the man pulled out a notebook and started scribbling something. Adrian couldn't help but notice how focused he looked. Curiosity got the better of him, and he walked over again. "Can I get you anything else? Maybe something to eat?" The man shook his head. "No, thank you. This is enough." But Adrian wasn't convinced. He could see the hunger in the man's eyes. Without another word, he went back to the kitchen and prepared a plate of the diner's special, a hearty sandwich with a side of fries. He brought it over and set it down in front of the man. "On the house," Adrian said with a smile. The man looked stunned. I can't accept this," he stammered. Adrian waved his hand. "Don't worry about it. Everyone deserves a good meal." The man stared at Adrian for a long moment, then nodded slowly. "Thank you," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. As he ate, Adrian noticed the man glancing around the diner, taking in every detail. It was strange, but Adrian didn't think much of it. He had other customers to attend to. By the time the man finished his meal, the rain had stopped. He stood up, left a few dollars on the table, and walked out without a word. Adrian watched him go, feeling a strange sense of satisfaction. He had done a good deed, and that was enough for him. But the next day, everything changed. Adrian arrived at the diner as usual, ready for another busy shift. But as soon as he walked in, he noticed the tension in the air. His manager, Mr. Thompson, was waiting for him with a stern expression. "Adrian, my office. Now." Adrian's heart sank. He had never seen Mr. Thompson look so serious. He followed him into the small office, his mind racing. What had he done wrong? Mr. Thompson closed the door and turned to face Adrian. "Do you know why you're here?" he asked, his voice cold. Adrian shook his head, confused.
"No, sir."
"Did I do something wrong?" Mr. Thompson crossed his arms. "Yesterday, you gave a free meal to a customer. Is that correct?" Adrian's eyes widened. "Yes, but he looked like he needed it. I didn't think it would be a problem." Mr. Thompson sighed. "Adrian, you know the rules. No free meals unless authorized by management. You broke protocol, and I have no choice but to let you go." Adrian felt like the ground had been ripped out from under him. "Please, Mr. Thompson. I didn't mean to break any rules. I was just trying to help. I need this job, my sister." His voice cracked, but Mr. Thompson held up his hand. "I'm sorry, Adrian, but rules are rules. You'll receive your final paycheck by the end of the week." With that, he turned away, signaling the end of the conversation. Adrian stood there for a moment, stunned. Then, with a heavy heart, he gathered his things and walked out of the diner for the last time. That night, Adrian couldn't sleep. He kept replaying the events in his mind, wondering if he could have done something differently. He thought about the man he had helped, the man who had cost him his job. Was it worth it? He didn't know. All he knew was that he had to find another job, and fast. Lily's treatments couldn't wait. The next morning, Adrian woke up early and started searching for job openings. He had just finished updating his resume when his phone rang. It was an unknown number. He hesitated for a moment, then answered. "Hello." A familiar voice came through the line. "Adrian, this is Mr. Thompson. I need you to come back to the diner. Right now." Adrian's heart skipped a beat. "What's going on?" Mr. Thompson's voice was urgent. "Just come. It's important." Adrian didn't know what to think, but he quickly got dressed and headed to the diner. When he arrived, he saw a crowd gathered inside. Mr. Thompson was standing near the counter, looking nervous. And next to him was the man from yesterday, the man Adrian had given the free meal to. But something was different. The man was no longer dressed in simple clothes. He wore a sharp suit, and his presence commanded attention. Adrian's mind raced. Who was this man? The man stepped forward, his eyes locking onto Adrian's. "Adrian," he said, his voice calm but powerful. "Do you know who I am?" Adrian shook his head, too stunned to speak. The man smiled. "My name is Daniel Carter. I'm the owner of this diner and the entire chain of Sunny's Spot restaurants." Adrian's jaw dropped. "The owner? Here?" Daniel continued. "Yesterday, I came here undercover to see how my restaurants were being run. I wanted to see if my employees were treating customers with the respect and kindness they deserve. And you, Adrian, you showed me something I haven't seen in a long time. You showed me genuine compassion." Adrian's mind was spinning. He didn't know what to say. Daniel stepped closer, his voice softening. "When I heard you were fired for helping me, I knew I had to make things right. You didn't just give me a meal, Adrian. You gave me hope. Hope that there are still good people in this world who care about others. And that's the kind of person I want running my restaurants." He paused, then said the words that would change Adrian's life forever. "Adrian, I'm offering you the position of manager at this diner. Not just here, but at all our locations. You have the heart and the spirit this company needs. What do you say?" Adrian felt tears welling up in his eyes. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. Manager? Him? It was more than he had ever dreamed of. He looked at Daniel, then at Mr. Thompson, who was now smiling nervously. Finally, he found his voice. I don't know what to say." Thank you so much." Daniel nodded, a satisfied smile on his face. "You've earned it, Adrian. Now let's get to work." And just like that, Adrian's life changed. He went from being a waitress who had lost everything to the manager of a thriving restaurant chain. But more importantly, he learned a valuable lesson: that kindness, no matter how small, can have a ripple effect. It can change lives, including your own. The moral of the story? Never underestimate the power of a good deed. In a world where it's easy to turn a blind eye, choosing to help someone in need can lead to unexpected blessings. Adrian's act of kindness not only saved his job but also gave him a future he had only dreamed of. And it all started with a simple sandwich and a warm smile.